Okay. First of all, thanks for coming so that I can interview you. Can you introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Floor. I'm a second-year nursing student at the Hogeschool.
Okay. And where do you live?
At the moment I live in Oostgeest, but I've lived abroad a long time.
And before?
I lived in many different countries. I lived in Oman, that's in the Middle East.
Okay.
And I lived in Aberdeen in Scotland. And I lived in Malaysia, so it's in Indonesia.
That's many countries. And your parents, do they live there?
My parents at the moment live in Oman.
Okay. Can you feel the difference between the people who lived in that country and the people who lived in the Netherlands?
What do you mean? What kind of difference?
Their behavior, by example.
People are a lot more open. If you go outside of the city, people would welcome you in their homes if you have a little bit of a connection, if you just talk to them and stuff. But the culture is just different because it's a Muslim country. So as long as you are respectful of their rules, they don't, they are open to you. So it's not like you have to wear a headscarf, but you have to be respectful. So cover your shoulders and don't show too much leg.
Yeah, within the Muslim culture, most of the way you have to protect your body.
Cover.
Okay, in the class we worked with Trompenaar model. That's a model describe the person, his behavior, by example in keywords. So I will ask you some questions about that model. Okay. Are people there neutral or emotional? And what do you think about the people in the Netherlands?
People over there can be emotional. They do a lot of stuff just like, okay, how they feel about it. So that's, and here in Holland, I think people are more neutral. They hide their feelings. They don't let their emotions show that much.
Okay. And in your country, when someone dies, or you hear or tell someone's going to die, what would you do? Would you show your emotions or not?
That's a good question. I think, like in a country like that, if I look at the culture there, then people would. It's a country that's very family orientated. So if someone's going to die or something, like here they would hire some help or something. But there they would have like almost always a family member with it or taking care of that person and stuff like that.
Okay. And in the Netherlands it's there.
Yeah, there would be family, but it's more like okay, more than I think more neutral. People would take a bit of a step back. You don't know how to react.
And as a nurse, your relationship with the patient, do you show your emotions or?
Do you mean in Holland or just in general?
Yeah, in general.
I think you can show a little bit of emotion, but you have to stay. But don't go too far in it, because otherwise every time you take care of a very sick patient and he or she doesn't make it, then it's very emotionally troubling for you, because then you take your work home. So it's good to see that people see that you have compassion, maybe even,
Mm-hmm.
But you have to keep a little bit of a professional distance.
For yourself.
For yourself.
Yeah.
So don't take your work home with you.
Yeah, I have to learn that. When you feel upset at work, would you express your feeling openly?
Yeah. Because I have that kind of a relationship with my colleagues. So I would discuss it with my colleagues that, okay, this happened and this is how I feel about it.
Do people in your country regard themselves primarily as individuals or primarily as a part of a group?
Part of a group. Because there's still a lot of clans. So, yeah, people are very family orientated. So,
and in the Netherlands?
People are more individuals.
Okay. Do you focus on specific aspects of a person, building specific relationship with one, having a little implication for others? Or do you focus on the whole person?
No, I think you zoom in on one part of a person, a character trait that you like. And usually, that's part of the person, and you look at the whole person, of course, as well. But I think there's also always one little thing that, or irritates you or attracts you to a person.
Okay. What are great differences in the healthcare system between the country where you come from and the Netherlands?
I think the big difference is that for the locals, the healthcare there is free. So, of course you can go to a private hospital, stuff like that, but basic medical care is free over there. And here you have to have insurance and stuff like that. As an expat there, you have to pay and have insurance, of course. But for the locals, healthcare is free, so that's a big difference.
Because there's no verzekering?
No, they don't have to have insurance, not health insurance, because they pay through. What is it? I think they pay the dues and stuff like that. For the government pays everything because it's a very oil-rich country, so they invest in healthcare. So that's for locals, and of course they get the money from the expats.
I didn't know that. The patient you are treating is constantly interrupting you while you are giving him advice on how to treat the illness at home. What should you do?
I would tell the patient, like, okay, you're now. I'm trying to give you some advice at the moment, but you're not listening because if you have questions, can you please wait until I finish? And of course, but probably the patient will keep interrupting me, so I would have the advice on paper so that the person can read it afterwards, and if you have any questions, you can still ask it. And of course, also tell a family member or another person who is at home with the patient as well what the care needs, what the patient needs at home. So that, okay, if the patient is not listening, at least someone else is listening.
On paper is a good idea.
Yeah. If it's possible, it's not always possible, but the outline you can always put on paper.
Yeah, so you can read it when he's calm down. Okay. When you notice that one of your colleagues at the hospital is taking some materials from the storage home, what do you do?
I would confront if I see it on a regular basis, I would confront the colleague and ask why he or she is doing that. And if they give me a good explanation, okay. But if they don't give me satisfaction, explanation and they keep on doing it, then I would go to my supervisor and tell them what I saw.
Yeah.
But I would first confront my colleague. I wouldn't go straight to my supervisor because you never know what the reason behind it is.
Yeah. Good to know. And do you think in the people who live in the Netherlands do it otherwise or the same? Or
Oh, you mean the previous question for Oman? I don't know how they would do it there. I think they would go straight to a supervisor. Here in Holland, they would confront the colleague. So.
Okay. Is the relationship between the patient and the nurses or doctors different than in the Netherlands?
Yes, because between the nurses there are almost all female, so that's a big difference. Because here, okay, a lot of the nurses here are female, but you still have there are females in between. And there, in Oman, you wouldn't find almost no male nurses. You'd probably be orderlies more. And the relationship between the doctors and the patients is like, okay, if they would have to listen to your lungs and the doctor is a male and you are a female, then they would listen to your lungs through your clothes. So they wouldn't do go on the bare skin. Unless of course the patient is very sick, then maybe they would, but if even possible they would keep you covered. So
it's about the culture, the religion that most of the nurses are female.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Because that's still a very patriarchic country, so males are not viewed as more, but okay, it's still like, okay, some jobs are really for females and some jobs are really for males. And nursing is there still seen as a very prominent female job.
Okay. And in the Netherlands there are a lot of females, but also...
there are a few males.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but...
in what I told you in the Trompenaars model, there are some words to describe someone. One of these words were doing versus being. If I describe doing as work hard as you can for your money, and a title and when I describe being as your social status and show respect, which one do you choose to describe the people in your country and which one for the people in the Netherlands?
I think in both countries there are a bit of both. So there are some people who are more doing and some people are more being. And I don't think there's a great difference between here and over there. So.
Okay, this is not a great difference.
No.
Okay. Is there a high pressure in time in your country?
Oh no. they have they're less strict with their time than in the Netherlands, because if like in the Netherlands you go to a doctor in hospital and you have an appointment, okay, the appointment is like 10 minutes and in 10 minutes you're out if you have a normal appointment. But like over there, if you have an appointment with your doctor, then okay, you can have an appointment at 10 o'clock, but you can, probably if you're lucky, you will be helped at 10:30. So they take your time, and it's more like laid back. They don't really are on the time scale.
Okay, in the Netherlands it's very different.
Yeah, in the Netherlands they're like really okay.
Yeah.
Time, okay, 10 minutes is gone, okay.
You have to go.
We're finishing up and next patient.
It's prettier in your country, I think.
Sometimes it can help, but sometimes it's really irritating if you're sitting there and you have an appointment at 10 o'clock and at 10:30 you're still waiting and you don't know when your time's up.
Yeah.
When you have your appointment, so.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay. What kind of role is the environment and compared with the Netherlands?
I think that the environments over there's still a bit of it's accepted to go for medical problems and to the doctor, but still some things are still hidden. First they would try, some people, especially the older people, would first try some local medicine before they go to a doctor and get proper medicine. They would first try their own stuff, and herbs and stuff. Maybe it would help, maybe not, but and here it's more accepted. Okay, if you have a cold or something else, if you're sick, you go to a doctor and they decide what's wrong with you, and you have to take your medicine. So yeah, here you would be looked at if you have something and you don't go to a doctor, and they're like, okay, first try this, and if that doesn't work, you can always go to a doctor. So that's the big difference.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know that too. All right. Yeah, I think the most important questions I've asked.
Okay.
So I will thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
And it's nice to hear some difference. I didn't know that some things so different in other countries than in the Netherlands.
Yeah. You have to remember, this is a country in the Middle East. It's a modern Middle East country, but still there's still a lot of culture that's very important.
Yeah.
So.
Do you visit that country often?
About twice a year.
Hmm.
So.